Christian Babcock of Hunter's Advantage here. I wanted to do a quick video on my new hunting rig for 2021, which is the Prime Nexus 4. I'm a long draw archer, so I shoot a 30-inch draw, so a longer bow is going to be something that's going to suit me better. I've been shooting a Matthews Triax for the last 3 years, killed plenty of deer with it, but the string angle was just a little too steep for me and wanted to opt for something a little bit longer. But I wanted to talk about a few cons, and then we'll get into some of the pros of the bow. Con number one, when I got the bow from the pro shop, it was supposed to be maxed out at 30-inch draw and 70-pound limbs. One of the issues I actually had with the bow was the strings had stretched when I got it. I don't know if that's a result of the hot weather, someone leaving it out in a box in a warehouse too long, or what, but after putting twists in the cables, I was only able to get 66 pounds out of the bow, which is an issue for me because I shoot a 515 grain arrow, which means I lost several feet per second, probably 10 plus feet per second, because of the issue with the string stretch. Only workaround to that was getting a new set of strings, which I'm not going to spend $200 when I just bought a brand new bow. So that's one issue. Second issue that I had with this bow was when using the rest, this roller guard has a dampener on it that has contact with the rest. It's not a huge issue. I haven't seen any contact with my veins as a result of it, but it's just something to be mindful of. I never like when two pieces of the bow that aren't supposed to touch are actually touching. Third issue I had was on my Matthews Triax, the housing for a back stabilizer was on the back side of the riser. So me being used to that, I naturally tried to put my back bar on this portion of the mount at first and scrape some of my paint off. So that was an issue. The back bar actually attaches from the front. It's kind of opposite of what you would think. So that's my rig, shooting an HHA Optimizer Tetra, a QAD drop away rest, and then a CBE Torx 10-inch back bar. And I film my hunts, so I keep my GoPro on here just so I can actually properly balance the rig as I'm shooting it. So there's all the cons. Pros of the bow: for a guy like me who shoots 30-inch draw, it's a long axle to axle. There's a 32-inch model, there's a 34-inch model, and a 36-inch model. I opted for the 34 just because my long draw, I like stability in the platform. I'm shooting from 10 yards, so take all of this with a grain of salt, but this bow is one of the smoothest draw cycles that I've ever shot. It breaks smooth. The draw cycle and the let-off is absolutely just buttery smooth. When I pull it back, it just feels like I could hold this bow all day. And I can't say that about some of the bows I've shot in the past, particularly Matthews bows. They tend to want to come out of your hand a little bit more and let down. The valley's not as deep. This has a super deep valley. Feels like it starts immediately, and I really like that about the bow. It's not the fastest bow that I've ever shot. My 515 grain rig, I think with similar specs, 70 pounds, 30-inch draw, you should be getting around 280. So this is not a super fast bow. Maybe fully maxed out it is, but I haven't got to test that, obviously, because of my string stretch. But the thing I really like about it, long riser, long axle to axle, it's buttery smooth, it shoots decently fast, but I would say the comfort is the number one thing that I like about this bow. When you get it in full draw, it's just comfortable. The draw cycle's comfortable, the shots break really clean, and I think that's going to be great for someone like me. So obviously take this with a grain of salt. My yard's pretty small, so I can only shoot 14 yards is the longest I can get it. But these are about 2-inch circles, and this thing just pounds absolutely pounds the target. Exactly where you're aiming. And I will mention that when I took the bow to the shop and put the new rest on it, it only took 2 shots to paper tune it. And even though I put some additional twists in the cables, it stayed tuned perfectly. So from a tunability perspective, it's a great bow too. If you're a bow hunter that lives in the city, a couple things you gotta worry about. 1, people walking through your yard while you're shooting the video. 2, if you're shooting a heavy arrow, I gotta hit that target or I'm gonna send an arrow into my neighbor's car. And that's about it. So, if you guys like the video and you're an archer, or you just like the video and you're not an archer, subscribe to the channel because we're gonna be posting a ton of bow hunting content in this fall, which I can't believe it's middle of the summer already. So we're gonna be posting content here soon. We head out scouting in southeast Oklahoma next month. Bucks are in velvet. The excitement's starting to build. And we'll catch you guys in the next video.